Hello, YouTube. This is the Nerdy Tribunal. I'm Derek. This is Derek.
This is Derek.
It's like I'm talking third person.
This is not Derek.
This is not Derek. That's not so Derek.
I'm not Derek.
And you're definitely not a Derek. Derek with glasses. Derek 2 with glasses and beard. Derek with hat and beard.
Vietnamese Derek.
Vietnamese Derek. Done. Alright, anyways. Today we're going to talk a little bit about...
Define me by my race.
Ethnicity.
Same thing.
Please watch our other YouTube video where we talk about...
No, we're not. We don't have YouTube videos discussing semantics. Alright,
Semantics.
Semantics.
Boom, we both lose today.
Alright, we're like, what, a minute into this video we haven't talked about what we're talking about.
Okay.
So hopefully you read the title and
Venom.
we're talking about the picture of Tom Hardy holding a notebook and... which apparently automatically we assume
I
is
never knew Sony was making a Tom Hardy movie.
It's a Tom Hardy movie. It's a Venom movie, so...
It's about Ed Hardy's brother.
Oh shit, man, you guys. You gotta stop recording like back to back.
Like,
this is what happens, you get a little loopy.
It's
So,
about a clothing company.
so Tom Hardy, he's gonna be Venom in the...
Well, he's going to be Eddie Brock.
Sorry, he's playing... It becomes Venom. He's playing Eddie Brock. Venom's getting his own movie. And so, there's a few things we can discuss about, but my first question is, I don't think we ever touched on this, like, on a video or even as part of another video. What do you guys feel about, like, having a whole Venom movie? Like, does it make sense? Is this just kind of, like they're trying to rake in, like, Sony's version of, okay, let's rake in from the Marvel hype train? Like,
Remember, they already ruined Venom once already, so...
go for grace.
Venom is a cool character. Most people like Venom. Does he have a big enough story without Spider-Man?
No.
Yeah.
It's hard because Spider-Man is so integral to Venom.
Yes.
To have a movie without Spider-Man in it about Venom seems kind of blasphemy, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It seems like they are going away from Venom being a villain. It's anti-hero maybe, where I can see it working.
He uses anti-venom. He had a character in...
There is an anti-Venom.
Yeah.
He's
It's
what,
actually
with
Eddie
white,
Brock.
right?
Yeah.
Well, Eddie Brock was that.
Yeah, what's that version? I remember.
Basically Bizarro Superman.
No, is it? Fine, fair
Where it's
enough.
like opposite. Anyways, he kind of has a storyline when he becomes, let's say, Agent Venom.
See,
but,
that would make more sense.
Yes. But at the same time, they want to have... I'm sure they're doing some sort of origin to it too. So doing an Agent Venom doesn't work when you don't have like a shield, when you don't have Marvel characters. And it's Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's like...
The only way I see this working if they kind of mix a whole bunch of stories together, if they did like Agent Venom, but they kind of did the Ultimate Universe Venom, where it was synthetically made instead of alien from space.
Okay.
Then it makes sense.
And that's what they were getting at when they were making the Amazing Spider-Man series, where I think it was hinted that was being made, maybe by the Oscorp company.
Yeah.
But I think that's what they might be doing here.
So, I was going to ask, but you guys kind of touched on this already. Like, Venom does have his own standalones in the comic book world. And, like, you mentioned Agent Venom, and then I mentioned... this is not a standalone, he was just kind of part of the storyline, but anti-Venom, like the character. Like, are his stories in the comic book movie worthy? I think that's the best way I can explain it right now. Do you think they'll make good movies, even if they tied a bunch of them together and borrowed bits and pieces and made some stuff? Like, is it worthy of its own movie? Like, is this potentially, like, shooting themselves in the foot by going ahead with this movie?
I think there's two answers to that. If you want to follow the comics to a certain extent, then it's a bad idea. Because you don't have Spider-Man. You don't have any other Marvel characters. If you are putting bits and pieces of other comics and making a new story and having certain characters that you've seen that they own, then it's possible as long as the writing is good.
Yeah.
So if you don't think of it as a Marvel movie or a comic book movie or a Venom movie, and kind of like a standalone, like an Alien movie or something, right? Then it's possible that it could be good. But it's up to the writing.
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard to kind of do a superhero movie with Venom by itself. I can see more of like a horror movie.
Yes.
That makes a little more sense.
Kind of like Aliens, right? Like
You know, someone's trying to deal with the symbiote and trying to make it work, where it's trying to kill people and take over and all that other stuff, right?
Yeah. Sorry, because if you along the lines of that, I remember hearing about a storyline about like they go to the world where the symbiote came from, and they're actually all living organisms. Like they're actually there's a biological term for this. Anyways, it's like basically they're living beings, and then they like when they latch on, they live off the host, right? Like they live off the host. They live together with the host. They have to be symbiosis, right?
Yeah, but I think in the comics that kind of like everyone thought that, you know, Venom was bad to begin with.
Yeah.
But afterwards, when Venom joined Guardians of the Galaxy, that's when they found out like the race. They're actually like a race of really good aliens.
Yeah.
It's just that the fact that when they make that bond, whoever they're with, it just drives them crazy.
It drives a person crazy?
No.
Drives both, I think.
Yeah, both of them gets kind of messed up, and that's how the Venom that we know in the comic books.
The ragey, scary looking one.
It's the way he is, right?
Oh, okay.
Because remember, Eddie Brock he's not an evil person.
No,
but he is a little more. Especially when Peter Parker was involved, he was
an angry person.
It was a little angry. There was a bit of a competition. Yeah. So when that happens, you know, symbiosis only works when both companies work together.
Yeah.
And
well, that's also why, like, if you look at Carnage, that's why Carnage is so messed up, because he was bonded with a serial killer. Cletus Cassidy, right?
Okay.
So it's, I can see the movie working, but if you want to be comic book
driven or
if you want to follow the comic books to a certain extent, it might not work too well.
So
because he's not established enough.
So you're saying, would it be correct to say that you're saying that he really should, to make it work better, he should really have like almost an original story with some tie-in back to the comics? Very little.
Yeah.
Like just maybe
original enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be fully original. It could still be a bit comic book based.
Yeah.
Where it's like an alien crashed down. It works. It's not a problem. It's just he doesn't have a big story compared to
the thing is, like,
someone else.
It's gonna be hard to kind of have an original story, kind of from what we've heard you're doing.
Yeah.
Like someone online zoomed into that picture on a notebook, and it says Life Foundation. So in the comics, Life Foundation is a company that kind of deals with like super rich people that kind of like they're gonna be dying soon, so they're like, oh, this is what we can offer you. Kind of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation for really rich people. Kind of.
Surely, boss.
Yeah, but in the comic books, they actually created like 5 different symbiotes. I can't remember I remember mentioning like this. A few of them. I think 5 of them: Agony, Pain, and a few other ones, which kind of went against Venom.
Okay.
So I think that's where they're leading towards.
Yeah. So what's the Life Foundation for? Like, beyond the fact that it's like the Make-A-Wish Foundation for rich people.
They're just like a group of like.
Are they evil, or is it just a group, or is this?
I guess you can't really say they're evil, but I guess not really well intended to.
Yeah.
So
like, sorry, what kind of role would they play? They made those 5 symbiotes. For whatever reason, someone said, "Hey, I'm dying. I want to make these 5 symbiotes."
It could be an original story where how somehow Eddie Brock, because Daily Bugle could be a part of it.
Yeah.
He could maybe work for them as a reporter or whatever. Maybe reporting on this company. We don't even know.
Yeah.
Maybe he comes in contact with one of these things and it's Venom or whatever it is, right? So it gives you an idea of maybe how they could go, where they could go. Like, you know, if we went back and if they did something like you said, the horror theme, it would work great. You don't need to follow the storyline too much. Suspenseful.
Yeah.
Kind of like an Alien movie, basically. Original Alien. It would work. But problem is Sony seems to they see these properties as comic book superhero movies. They make it an action-packed superhero movie. That's what they do. They don't think like you look at Marvel, you look especially Phase 2 and 3. You look at Captain America, Winter Soldier, political thriller.
It's a different underlying theme, right?
Yeah, it's just now you have superheroes in it. Sony's not going to do that. They just go comic book. Let's do this. let's get a big star, and we'll make a go at it.
Well, it's like Black and Silver.
Yeah.
Watch our other video.
Black and Silver.
Anyway,
It's the same thing,
yeah,
really.
it is.
They're taking established names in the Marvel comics and trying to make the movie out of it.
making something out of it, right?
Yeah,
I just think this would be better than the Black Cat and Silver Sable because it's Venom. You could do a little more with those other two.
it's a more known character, right? So like,
But it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it's so well known, they're gonna look at it.
Oh, you
people are gonna criticize it way harder.
Yeah.
yeah, it's exactly. Like, are they going to shoot themselves in the foot, right? Like
Yeah.
when this.
Pretty much did already.
So far, they have for the longest time, so
Yeah.
it's harder. Maybe I think expectations with fans will be lower, and maybe it will be better because the expectations are so low, or it's
For
Or it's just
I
that
think
bad.
for the Venom fans, it's a really dicey sort of like they have to approach it with like a 10-foot pole kind of deal. Like for a true fan of Venom, the character, it's like this could make or break kind of their faith, right? Like you have a very good character in the comics that provides a lot of like fruitful and like meaningful addition to the storylines, and then you're gonna like potentially bomb him out of out of popularity with a potentially bad movie, or bring him up to the stardom that they feel deserves. So if I were a true Venom fan, I'd be pretty nervous. I actually don't care. So like I was gonna ask you as a final question before we sign off here. Like, is this a good or bad idea? Like, just generally speaking, like, should this be done? Like, it's good. It's going to be done. Like, is this a good or a bad idea? Do you think it's going to be bad? I personally think this is probably going to flop, and we're just going to get a mediocre movie, an incoherent kind of mess. And then it's just going to be like, okay, Venom just got boned.
I say bad idea just because of the relationship they had for Homecoming, and it's kind of like they totally trashed the relationship by doing this.
Yeah.
I can't say good idea. I can't say bad. I would be right in the middle where it's just I'm a little skeptical because for all we know, maybe Feige in the background is like whispering at their ear.
Possibly.
But the thing is, if he's whispering, we'd be like, Homecoming 2.
Yeah, and maybe somehow they're just like, oh, like it ends up working out, and then they just pop in the MCU. We don't even know because they still technically have a relationship. So I don't want to say anything right now until the movie comes out
Or until the first trailer comes out.
until the first trailer, because sometimes you can tell if something's bad just from the trailer.
Suicide Squad.
Ernest, do you have any? You always like,
No, it's a good idea or not. I don't know. I'll watch it.
yeah,
It's-
we'll end up watching it
I'll
anyway.
look forward
Yeah,
to
we
it.
That's how the problem is. We're gonna we're gonna spend our money on it anyways. Question is, are we gonna feel like we got ripped off at the end of the day?
That'd be funny if they only made like $200 and we know we're a part of that.
Yeah.
Like, you're welcome.
$200.
I'm not saying that. I'm just. It's an easier scale to tell
people
you.
watching
I think
the entire movie.
And then 4 of us are us. So who's the 6 other people?
I think
Our wives and lady friends. That's it.
It's
Like,
actually 8 of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
We already have 8.
oh,
I
Two
think
Zelda
that, I
2.
think
Yeah.
that means for bankruptcy for Sony because of that.
and for
Yeah.
the only 10 years.
You know what I mean? Not $200.
I know, like-
but even if it was like $1 million, you
Well-
know you were a part of that. Like
Sadly.
$1 billion, you're kind of like, well, if I didn't go, they're still gonna make $1 billion.
Yeah. That's another $20 out, right?
Yeah, but $1 million, you're like, woo!
Oh, I
Thank
could've-
you, guys.
I could have made a broke this, right? Anyways,
You can high five those people.
fair enough. We'll bring this discussion to an end. Let us know if you guys are looking forward to the Venom Venom movie in the comments below. Do you think it's a good idea, bad idea? What kind of storyline would you guys like to see in it? Other than that, please like our video, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media, and have a good night. Thank you.